Emergency message from Archangel Michael. A family member just crossed the line you were never supposed to find out. At 3:16 a.m. heaven intervened. The veil was thin, and a celestial ripple moved through the unseen. It was not a dream. It was not anxiety. It was not a coincidence. At precisely 3:16 a.m., the spirit realm pierced the stillness of your night. And Archangel Michael, mighty in battle, defender of divine order, was dispatched with urgency, his sword drawn, his voice echoing through the heavens with fire and finality. This was not a gentle visitation. This was an emergency revelation. The seal was broken. The truth was released. A betrayal, deep and deliberate, had crossed the divine line, and the one who crossed it shares your blood. The spiritual contract has been breached. A trusted family member, one whose words used to carry warmth, whose embrace used to feel like home, has chosen deception. They acted in silence, smiled in your face, but warred in secret. They cloaked their intention in false light, moving in shadows while heaven watched. And now, it has been exposed. You were not supposed to find out. They counted on your innocence. They relied on your love. They weaponized your trust. But heaven has spoken. Archangel Michael has descended, and the truth has been unleashed. This message is not for every soul. This message is for you, the one who has felt disturbed without cause, the one who has sensed the atmosphere shift but lacked the words to explain it. This is for the one whose spirit had been rattled, whose sleep had been interrupted, whose peace had been fractured for reasons unseen. You are not crazy. You are not imagining this. You are not alone. Heaven hath been watching. The Most High hath been listening. And now, a divine reckoning is unfolding before you. A moment has come for spiritual silence, for sacred stillness, for holy awareness. You must quiet the chaos around you. You must listen not with your ears, but with your spirit. For what is about to be revealed will demand your obedience. And no gossip, and no retaliation, no outburst. The Spirit says, be still and know. Be still and discern. Be still and wait. For in the silence, I will speak again. Now prepare yourself. This is the first of many truths. What was hidden is rising. What with bearing will be unearthed. And what you do next will determine your elevation. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. Before this day ends, let it be known throughout the heavens and echoed within the depths of your soul. This is not an ordinary message. This is not a gentle whisper or a comforting phrase. This is a divine interruption. This is a celestial breach into your timeline. And it comes sealed in fire, wrapped in urgency, bearing the unmistakable imprint of Archangel Michael. His wings have swept over the battleground of your life. His sword is drawn, his shield lifted. For what was done in darkness has dared to touch one who is sealed by divine favor. You were marked. You were anointed. And now, heaven moves for your protection. Child of the Most High, hear this now. You were not supposed to find out. That family member, yes, the one close, the one familiar, the one who shared secrets with you and stood by your side in years past, they crossed a sacred boundary. They stepped out of alignment. They let jealousy grow in the corners of their spirit. They allowed bitterness to sit where love once lived. And while you were praying for them, they were plotting. While you were covering them in grace, they were covering you in suspicion. And yet, through every unseen blow, you endured. Through every silent betrayal, you stood. Now heaven has sounded the alarm. Archangel Michael was dispatched not just to deliver a message, but to stand guard over your next breath. Because something has been released in the atmosphere, and it is not safe for you to remain unaware. This moment is not about fear, it is about clarity. It is not about vengeance, it is about vision. This is about waking up to the war you didn't know you were in. The spiritual warfare has intensified, and you were marked as a target because of the light you carry, because of the future you are destined to fulfill, because of the calling that terrifies the enemy and convicts those who refuse to heal. Hear me now, this is a sealed message. This is not meant for casual ears or scrolling eyes. This is not for the curious. This is not for the skeptical. This is for the one who feels the tremble in their soul right now. This is for the one who cannot explain why the tears are welling, why their chest is tightening, why their spirit is leaning in without hesitation. This is for the one who has been chosen, not once but again. Chosen to hear, chosen to receive, chosen to rise. You were meant to know this, now, not later. You were meant to feel this interruption. Because had you kept walking in trust, you would have walked into a spiritual ambush. Had you stayed blind, they would have gained access to what was never theirs. But grace stepped in. Divine urgency cracked the sky. The alarm sounded in the heavenly courts. And now, Archangel Michael stands near you, sword in hand, watching, guarding, commanding. You are not alone in this unveiling. You are not abandoned in this storm. Before the sun sets again, you will sense the shift. Before the light fades tonight, clarity will begin to settle. The fog is lifting. The truth is forming. And your deliverance is underway. Heaven has issued a spiritual cease and desist. They will not touch you again. Not in spirit, not in word, not in darkness. You are covered now by the full weight of divine authority. This is your moment to stand still. This is your moment to receive. This is your moment to awaken from the lie that said, "It's all in your head." And no, beloved, it was never in your head. It was in your spirit. And now, the Spirit has spoken back. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. You felt it, haven't you? The shift in energy. The subtle silence that now fills the room when you walk in. The glances that last a moment too long. The conversations that die mid-sentence when you enter the space. Laughter that doesn't include you. Whispers that fall just outside your hearing, but you know. Oh, you know. They're about you. Something's been off. And you weren't wrong. For weeks now, your spirit has been waving a flag you couldn't see. A quiet alarm pulsed in the background, telling you that something wasn't adding up. You kept giving the benefit of the doubt. You kept brushing it off. You kept calling it overthinking. But it wasn't. It was discernment. It was your anointing alerting you. It was heaven leaning in, waiting for you to notice. And now that you've noticed, the truth is beginning to rise. The energy in your bloodline shifted when betrayal entered the room. And that shift wasn't random. It was spiritual sabotage. You were targeted by someone you once held dear. The one who claimed they loved you. The one who had access to your heart, your habits, your weaknesses, your dreams. They watched closely, not with admiration, but calculation. They envied what God placed in you. They resented the favor on your life. And so they moved silently, hoping you'd never connect the dots. But now the Spirit is making the pattern plain. It started with distance, and discomfort, and disturbance. You couldn't sit at the same table without sensing tension. Your name carried weight in conversations you weren't even present for. Decisions were made about you without you. Opinions were formed based on twisted truths. And still, you tried to love. You tried to reconcile. You tried to pray it away. But heaven has seen it all. And Archangel Michael stands ready, sword flashing with the light of justice, to ensure you are no longer deceived. Something sacred had been violated. Not just your trust, but your peace. Not just your name, but your divine assignment. They tried to delay your destiny by dragging your character. But what they didn't know, what they could never comprehend, is that you are divinely backed. You are eternally guarded. You are spiritually unshakable. They hoped to steal your confidence, but they only stirred your calling. And now, every silent suspicion you had, validated. Every time your gut turned, and firm. Every time your soul cried out, earn. The shift you felt isn't just emotional, it's spiritual. It's prophetic. It's a signal that heaven is doing house cleaning. It's a sign that the season of pretending is over. Masks are falling. Seers are surfacing. And the one who crossed the line is about to face a line of divine consequence. You are not imagining the unraveling around you. You are witnessing the revelation that was ordained. And this revelation doesn't come to break you. It comes to bless you. It comes to reroute you. It comes to anoint your perceptions so you never again call a threat a friend. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I'm awake" now in the comments if this truth strikes your soul. Blessing code 444 is already working in your favor. This, what you are experiencing, is not merely a betrayal of the heart. It is a betrayal of your divine position. What you've endured is not just emotional tension or broken trust. It is spiritual warfare. Do not be deceived by appearances. Do not be lulled into thinking this is just a misunderstanding or a family feud. This is deeper. This is darker. This is ancient. The enemy saw something on you, something coming through you, and used the closest vessel to strike. The pain you feel is not punishment. The confusion you carry is not failure. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. You are not being rejected. You are being redirected. You are not being abandoned. You are being armored. This moment, as heavy as it feels, is not here to destroy you. It's here to reveal to you just how chosen you are. The attacks intensified because the promise is close. The betrayal happened not because you were weak, but because you were necessary. You were essential to a spiritual shift that terrifies darkness itself. Archangel Michael speaks now with urgency, and I, his voice, declare this over your spirit. Heaven saw what you couldn't. Heaven heard what was said behind closed doors. Heaven traced every motive, every manipulation, every misalignment that attempted to attach itself to your destiny. And now, in the courts of heaven, there is documentation, there is evidence, and there is divine intention unfolding. This betrayal is not the end, it's the unveiling. The shaking you feel is not your world falling apart, it is the false foundations being removed. You've wondered why your peace has been fragile, why your prayers have been harder to form, why your energy felt drained around certain people, why suddenly those you loved became emotionally unavailable. distant, cold. That was not by chance. That was by spiritual interference. The enemy wanted to sever your strength by attacking your safety net. But child of light, listen. God is building you through this storm. You are being forged like steel in the fire of revelation. There is a higher intelligence watching this unfold. Every tear you've cried hath been recorded. Every breathless prayer hath been caught in the bowls of heaven. You have been misunderstood, but not misheard. You have been misused, but not unguarded. Your name is still sealed. Your purpose is still unfolding. And heaven is not only watching, it is working. Angels have been dispatched. Archangel Michael stands in the gap with a legion. Divine intelligence is recalibrating what the enemy tried to corrupt. You are not at war with flesh and blood. You are not battling a person. You are confronting a spirit. The betrayal came through a face you loved, but the agenda behind it was demonic. That is why it hurt so deeply. That is why it caught you off guard. Because the enemy wore a mask that looked like family. But now, that mask is dissolving. Now, the illusion is lifting. And you are seeing not just what happened, but why it happened. This battle is not about what was taken. It's about what's about to be given. The enemy tried to steal clarity, peace, position, but failed. Because heaven intervened. Because you are more protected than you knew. Because you are not just a name in the earth. You are a weapon in the spirit. And the way you respond to this will echo in eternity. So do not retaliate. Do not react in your flesh. Do not let your pain speak before your spirit does. For the Lord your God is mighty in battle. The tables are turning. The scales are balancing. The heavens are open. And the truth is aligning in your favor. Type I am being positioned in the comments if this speaks to your moment. Blessing code 828 is now unlocking divine strategy in your life. There is movement behind the curtain. Conversations are being had that were never meant to reach your ears. Meetings are occurring in silence. Texts are being deleted. Blame is being shifted. Eyes are darting, and souls are growing restless. Because the one who betrayed you never expected the truth to breathe. They never expected the Holy Spirit to whisper. They never expected Archangel Michael to arrive. But now, they are scrambling. Within the next 72 hours, there will be a rise in spiritual pressure. Something in your atmosphere will shift. Do not ignore it. Do not rationalize it. Watch the signs. Feel the tremble. The exposure is near. The vibration in the spirit realm is intensifying, and what they buried is trying to resurrect. The lies are growing weak. The manipulation is unraveling. And the spirits that operated in secrecy are now panicking in the light. Listen carefully. This is a window, not a wall. You are entering a divine pause where the enemy's camp is being confused. Plans are falling apart. Alignments are breaking. The web that was spun against you is being torn down by the breath of God. And your posture in this moment matters more than ever before. Do not speak hastily. Do not confront prematurely. Heaven is watching how you carry this moment. Because this is not just personal. This is prophetic. You will begin to notice unusual behavior. Sudden kindness from those who were cold. Sudden distance from those who were once clinging. Sudden apologies wrapped in vagueness. These are signs. These are symptoms of conviction and fear. The spirit of truth has unsettled the darkness. And now the enemy is attempting damage control. But it is too late. The truth has been set free. The clock is ticking. The heavens are counting. The hourglass has turned. There will be pressure to respond. There will be temptation to explode. But the Spirit says, do not be lured into battle. You are not a soldier in this moment. You are royalty. You are not here to fight. You are here to witness. Because heaven has declared that this battle belongs to the Lord. And when God fights, He does not miss. He does not fail. He does not delay without purpose. So wait. Watch. Pray. Speak only when the Spirit releases you. Be still and let the pressure expose what words could never reveal. Your silence will be louder than any confrontation. Your restraint will echo with spiritual authority. Because your silence, in this hour, is not passivity, it is prophecy. Mark this day. Mark this hour. Within 72 hours, something will shift. A truth will rise. A mask will fall. And when it does, you will know it was never your job to fight for truth. It was your job to stand in it. Type I am a witness to truth in the comments if you're ready for what heaven is about to reveal. Blessing code 707 is unfolding protection around you now. Stand still, beloved. Do not move unless heaven commands it. This is not your battle to fight in volume. This is not your moment to wage war with words. The temptation to speak, to confront, to release the pain through fire and fury will come, but resist it. The true war is not fought in the natural. The true defense is not loud. It is holy stillness. The Spirit says, be still and let me war. Archangel Michael has drawn a circle of fire around you. The enemy cannot cross it. No weapon formed shall prosper, but your stillness is part of the weapon. Your silence is not weakness. It is strategic. Your obedience is your armor. Heaven is preparing an outcome that does not require your retaliation. It only requires your agreement. Withdraw to your spiritual chamber. Pull back, not in fear but in wisdom. Go into prayer. Journal the visions you're receiving. Write the dreams. Track the divine whispers. Heaven is downloading truth into your spirit even now. Do not miss it by being entangled in distractions. Those who betrayed you are trying to pull you into their chaos, but the Spirit says, stay above it. Stay hidden in me. Let me deal with the hearts of those who betrayed you. Protect your gates. What you hear, what you see, what you say, guard it. The next 7 days are critical. You must consecrate your mind. You must cleanse your environment. Light a candle if led. Play worship music over your home. Anoint your doors with oil. Speak aloud every night before sleep. I am covered in the blood. A weapon can touch my name. These are not just rituals. These are weapons. This is spiritual technology. Your enemy is confused. They expected rage. They expected you to implode. But instead, you are rising in silence. You are resting in stillness. You are praying when you could be screaming. And that's disarming, though. Your quietness is confronting their guilt. Your peace is punishing their strategy. They cannot understand how you're still composed, how you're still blessed, how you're still unshaken. It is the glory of the Most High on your life. Speak these protective affirmations aloud each morning and night. I do not fear what man can do. I rest in divine protection. I am hidden under the wings of angels. My enemies fall before I even see them. My peace is not negotiable. It is sacred. Heaven guards my mind, my name, my next step. Do not underestimate the power of your breath in this hour. Even your sigh is sacred. Even your tears are prayers. Even your silence sends shockwaves into the enemy's camp. As you sleep, heaven wars. As you rest, angels negotiate. As you lay in stillness, the Spirit of Truth dismantles lies in rooms you've never entered. Archangel Michael has released a heavenly embargo. The hands that once reached to harm you are now bound. The mouths that once gossiped are now silenced. The eyes that once watched are now blinded. The Spirit says, I have placed a hedge around you that cannot be breached. You are not helpless. You are being hidden. You are not silent in defeat. You are silent in strategy. Because when heaven reveals, it does so in power. And that power will strike in your favor, not by noise, but by righteousness. Type I am divinely guarded in the comments to activate a 7-day hedge of holy protection. Blessing code 1177 now forms a wall around your peace. You are no longer the silent observer. You are no longer the one sitting in the shadows of betrayal, waiting to be rescued. You are not merely the broken-hearted or the misunderstood. That season has ended. That identity has expired. What happened to you was unjust, yes. But what it unlocked in you is immeasurable. This betrayal was the blade, and now, you are the sword. The pain you endured was never pointless. It was permission for heaven to stretch you, waken you, and reintroduce you to your authority. You've been praying for strength, asking for elevation, waiting for clarity, and heaven answered, just not in the way you expected. Instead of giving you an open door, heaven gave you exposure. Instead of handing you blessing, heaven handed you discernment. Because the blessing would have been poisoned if you received it before the revelation. Now you know who they are. Now you see it. Now you feel the holy fire rising in your bones. Now you are aware of the plot. And more importantly, now you are aware of your power. This betrayal forced a decision. Remain the silent, innocent bystander or become the refined, appointed vessel. You chose the latter. And because of that choice, transformation has begun. You are rising from ashes. You are shedding the skin of victimhood. You are becoming unrecognizable to the spirits that once stalked you. The you that cried alone. Oh, the you that questioned your worth. Oh, the you that dimmed your light to keep peace in toxic circles. Oh, in their place stands one who has touched fire and did not burn. One who saw hell in the eyes of a loved one and did not flinch. One who carries scars not as proof of defeat, but as medals of survival. You are no longer fragile. You are fortified. You are no longer silent. You are sacredly strategic. They will not recognize you. They will not know how to speak to this version of you. The version of you that won't bend to manipulation. The version of you that no longer needs approval to breathe. The version of you that walks with heaven in every step and answers to no one but God. You have become the storm they tried to outrun. You have become the answer to prayers you didn't even pray. And every single move they made to break you only built you. Let that sink in. So now, speak this aloud. I am not a victim. I am a vessel. I carry fire. I walk in favor. I rise by divine design. My betrayal was my becoming. No enemy can stand before me unshaken. I am who heaven says I am. This is your rebirth. This is your emergence. And no one, not family, not friend, not enemy, can put you back into a box you've burned. You have been chosen to carry what others couldn't. You have been entrusted with a strength that costs more than comfort. And heaven is not finished. Type I have risen in the comments if you claim your new season. Blessing code 3003 is now initiating a wave of empowerment in your life. This betrayal, this wound you didn't ask for, this heartbreak you didn't see coming, it had to happen. Not because you deserved the pain, not because heaven was silent, but because something far greater was being activated. This was a divine trigger, a prophetic unlocking, a necessary breaking that would shatter every limitation and illusion wrapped around your purpose. Archangel Michael now speaks, and his words tremble the realms. This pain was a passage. This exposure with abstraction. What they meant to destroy you with God used to deliver you. This betrayal did not break you. It revealed you. It did not end you. It awakened you. You had to lose the illusion of loyalty so you could gain the clarity of calling. You had to see who they were to see who you are. You are not ordinary. You were never meant to blend in, to be tolerated, to sit quietly in circles that could not carry your depth. That's why heaven allowed the rupture. That's why the one who was close was used to hurt you. Because only through that pain could the prophetic oil locked inside you be released. Only through betrayal could you be delivered from attachment. Because attachment is not the same as alignment. And what you were attached to was never aligned with your destiny. This is not just about healing. It's about elevation. The kind of elevation that requires loss. The kind that costs comfort. You've been asking for more power, more clarity, more influence. Heaven heard you, and heaven answered. But that answer didn't come wrapped in ease. It came through exposure. Because the door you're about to walk through is too heavy for unhealed attachments. Your next season is weighty. It is sacred. It is filled with divine assignments. And not everyone can come. Now you see it. Now you know. His pain has purified your sight. His hurt has fine-tuned your hearing. Now you hear God clearer. And now you sense the Spirit stronger. You've been moved into a higher frequency, and those who operated in shadows can no longer reach you. Your access has been revoked. Their influence dismantled. Heaven has initiated a divine upgrade. You're not just recovering, you're being released into a new identity, into a new power, into a new awareness. Every tear you cried watered the ground of your next level. Every silent night became a womb for wisdom. And now, you're rising. This wasn't just about betrayal. It was about becoming. It wasn't just about loss. It was about leading. Your name, yes, your name, is written in scrolls in heaven. And these scrolls speak of purpose, of promise, of prophecy. You carry a legacy in the spirit realm. You are chosen, not just to survive the betrayal, but to transform because of it. What happened to you is now happening for you. You've been called into a lineage of power. The same God who walked with Joseph in the pit, with David in betrayal, with Esther in the hidden places, walks with you now. And just like them, you were betrayed to be positioned. You were hidden to be revealed. You were silenced to be heard by heaven. So lift your head. Straighten your back. This was not the end. This was the announcement. The official, undeniable call to step into the anointing you were born to carry. There is restoration ahead. There is promotion ahead. There is divine clarity ahead. Not because you earned it, but because you endured it. You are the one heaven handpicked to carry what others couldn't. His pain was your permission slip. And now, the Spirit declares, walk boldly, walk freely, walk prophetically, for your name is rising in the realm of glory. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am prophetically awakened" in the comments to confirm your activation. Blessing code 1414 is now realigning your path with divine purpose. Now it begins. Now the shift turns to sending. And now, the cry of your soul becomes the trumpet of your destiny. You are not here to repeat the past. You are here to rebuild it. You are not here to prove yourself. You are here to reveal what God placed in you before time began. Speak it now. Declare it aloud with full authority. I reclaim my name. I rise with clarity. Let your mouth agree with heaven. Let your words cut through the residue of confusion. You have crossed the threshold. You are no longer wondering. You are walking. This is your destiny moment. Every betrayal was a push. Every rejection was redirection. Every lie told about you only added weight to your wings. You are flying now, rising higher than those who tried to contain you. And you are not rising for applause. You are rising for assignment. Heaven says, silence plus obedience equals breakthrough. Your restraint was your agreement. Your stillness was your surrender. And now, as you obey without needing revenge, as you obey without needing validation, the gates of your next season are swinging wide open. The door is not just opening, it's being commanded to stay open. But know this: alignment costs. Alignment is expensive. It costs false connections. It costs comfort zones. It costs proximity to people who refuse to change. But the reward is eternal. Peace that cannot be stolen. Joy that cannot be shaken. Authority that cannot be questioned. This is what you are stepping into. And now, heaven is waiting for your yes. Not a whispered yes. Not a hesitant yes. But a full-throated, fearless, anointed yes. Say it now. Yes, Lord. I accept. I release the past. I step into the call. This is not about religion. This is about divine orchestration. This is about an alignment so pure, so exact, that every step you take from here becomes a prophetic act. You are not just moving forward. You are leading. You are not just surviving. You are igniting. Your name will carry weight in rooms you haven't entered. Your voice will unlock healing in people you've never met. Your obedience will shift atmospheres. Your legacy begins here. Heaven has drawn a line in the sand, and you have stepped over it. No more dimming your light to keep others comfortable. No more playing small in toxic environments. No more apologizing for being chosen. This is your call to destiny, and it starts today. Every time you declare truth, heaven thunders. Every time you say yes, angels move. And every time you trust God over what you see, you realign your spirit with the divine timeline. You're not late. You're not behind. You're right on schedule. Let the old fall away. Let the false fade. Let your voice echo like a war cry in the spirit. I rise. I lead. I walk in divine destiny. Type ISAYYES to destiny in the comments if you are stepping into full alignment. Blessing code 6161 has been activated over your life now. There are things happening in the spirit that your natural eyes have not seen. Yet your soul, oh yes, your soul, has already sensed it. The restless nights, a sudden stillness, the moments when your chest tightened for no apparent reason. These were not panic. These were not illusions. These were spiritual transactions taking place beyond your understanding. Your spirit has been caught in a divine exchange. Archangel Michael stands beside you now, not with sword drawn in battle, but with scrolls, contracts, documents written in glory, signed in your tears, sealed with your obedience. While you were weeping, heaven was recording. While you were silent, your silence was a signature. Every time you chose peace over petness, silence over slander, retreat over retaliation, you were signing your spiritual release papers. Your tears have become currency. Heaven does not ignore them. Each one fell like gold into the hands of angels. Each sigh you released was a sacred offering, and now those offerings are being multiplied. Archangel Michael has taken them before the throne, and God, in His righteousness, has begun a divine negotiation on your behalf. A holy reversal is being set in motion, and it began the moment you surrendered what you could not fix. While the enemy plotted in the background, heaven was making moves in your favor. Quietly, strategically, lovingly. The spirit realm shifted the moment you said, God, I trust you even when I don't understand. That trust, spoken in brokenness, shook the heavens. It summoned angels. It moved spiritual mountains. And now, the response is forming. There are angels moving even now to recover what was stolen. Peace that was robbed. Joy that was stripped. Confidence that was dismantled. Reputation that was smeared. It's all being retrieved. And not only retrieved, but returned with interest. The law of divine justice states, what is taken unlawfully must be returned sevenfold. You didn't just lose, you invested. And your return is imminent. You don't see the negotiations, but they are happening. You don't hear the decrees, but they are being spoken. As you walk in obedience, as you choose stillness, the angels are operating in power. They are whispering your name in places you've never dreamed. They are clearing paths in regions where your voice will be needed. They are unlocking rooms your name was excluded from. And they are exchanging false narratives with divine truth. Heaven is not emotional. It is strategic. What felt like silence was actually set up. What felt like being forgotten was actually being hidden for refinement. Your absence in some spaces was heaven's protection, not man's rejection. And now the scales are tipping. What the enemy planted a deception, God is flipping in deliverance. Your soul knew first. That strange unease. That sudden disinterest in old circles. That quiet anger when certain names came up. That was not offense, that was awareness. Your spirit detected the betrayal before your mind did. And because you listened, even in confusion, you aligned yourself with the silent exchange. You entered the realm where words are unnecessary and discernment reigns. You are not just a person, you are a prophecy. And right now, prophecy is being fulfilled through your presence. Every room you enter now will feel it. Every conversation you have now carries the vibration of heaven. You've been marked, not by trauma, but by trust. Heaven trusted you with pain so heaven could trust you with promotion. Type I trust the exchange in the comments to affirm your participation in this divine transaction. Blessing code 8484 is completing unseen negotiations for your next level. It is written in the eternal courts. What was done in shadows shall be judged in light. The hour of divine justice has come. The betrayal that once left you speechless is now being weighed. The words spoken against you, the schemes that move in silence, the manipulation masked as care, all of it is being judged. Archangel Michael has entered the realm of recompense. The scale of heaven has tilted. The gavel has been lifted. And God, the righteous judge, has declared, enough. The countdown has begun. And the first ripple has already struck the atmosphere. You may not see it yet, But those who violated your trust are already sensing it. The shaking has started, and what they thought was hidden is now under open review. Spiritual justice does not come to entertain. It comes to restore. It comes to balance what men disrupted. This is not karma. This is not coincidence. This is heaven's order asserting itself. You are not waiting for revenge, you are waiting for restoration. And restoration is always precise, never petty. Do not fantasize about their downfall. That is not your portion. Your reward is not in their failure. It is in your flourishing. Your elevation will be your justice. Your glow-up will be your vindication. The very ones who conspired will witness the favor that follows you. The very mouths that mocked you will be silenced by the sound of your promotion. What is coming cannot be explained by human logic. Doors are about to open that no man can shut. Opportunities are aligning that exceed your qualifications. Conversations are shifting in your favor. Not because you chased them, not because you begged for them, but because you aligned with righteousness. And here is the divine twist. The places where you were betrayed will become the places where you are blessed. The tables where you were excluded will become the stages where you are honored. The story that was told about you will be rewritten by the hand of God in front of the very eyes that distorted it. Justice is not always loud. Sometimes it comes wrapped in silence and glory. And that is what's happening now. The divine reversal has begun. What was beneath you is rising to serve you. What was delayed is now accelerated. What was blocked is now breaking open. Heaven has remembered you. The season of silence is over. The time of hiding is complete. And now, heaven is shouting your name in rooms where it matters most. You will not have to fight to be seen. You will not have to defend your truth. God is doing it for you. And the ones who betrayed you, they will feel it. Not because you cursed them, not because you retaliated, but because divine law cannot be mocked. You are protected. You are vindicated. And you are rising with a wind of justice at your back. This is your recompense season. This is your divine reversal hour. The tables are not just turning, they are being rebuilt, and your seat is already reserved. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I receive divine justice" in the comments if this declaration touches your spirit. Blessing code 3131 is releasing recompense over your life now. This is the final word in this divine revelation. Hear it not with your ears, but with your spirit. The storm that surrounded you was never designed to drown you. It was crafted to awaken you. The betrayal you endured was not your destruction. It was your unveiling. And now, heaven speaks one final time through Archangel Michael. You are sealed. You are seen. You are sent. Heaven does not forget. Heaven does not fail. Heaven does not leave its chosen ones wandering without a compass. Every moment that broke you, every word that cut you, every silence that confused you, heaven saw it all. And heaven responded with an outpouring of divine protection, prophetic realignment, and spiritual justice. Now, you stand not as a victim of betrayal, but as a vessel of breakthrough. You are stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be. You have been tried, and now you are trusted. You have been purified, and now you are promoted. No longer are you searching for who you were. You are now rising in the truth of who you are. So I declare this over your life now. May divine clarity flood your path. May supernatural strength infuse your heart. May favor surround your name. May peace chase you down and joy overflow like rivers. The betrayal is over. The lesson is sealed. The activation is complete. Now rise, not in haste but in holiness. Rise, not with vengeance but with vision. You have been chosen. You have been equipped. You have been crowned. And as Archangel Michael returns to his post, sword at his side, wings stretching wide to cover you, remember this truth forever. This ends in your victory. Type "I rise in victory" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 7777 now walks with you into your next season. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more divine insights, spiritual direction, and prophetic empowerment. Peer, you're not just watching, you are being awakened. Let this be your sacred space, your well of wisdom, and your home of heavenly truth.